In the wake of leaked witness statements deposed by former VBS Mutual Bank chairperson Tshifhiwa Matodzi, ActionSA in Limpopo has written to the police requesting an urgent probe into the involvement of EFF president and his deputy, that's Julius Malema, as well as Tshifhiwa. In the leaked affidavit, Matodzi alleges that he offered the pair kickbacks in order to control the narrative around the bank. Matodzi will be serving a 15-year sentence after pleading guilty to 33 counts of racketeering, corruption, theft, fraud and money laundering. To discuss this, I'm joined by ActionSA's Limpopo chairperson, Victor Mutimera. Victor, a pleasure to have you on the program this afternoon. Can you provide more details on the allegations against Julius Malema and his deputy, Tshifhiwa, of course regarding this VBS scandal?
Good afternoon, Ntlanhla and the viewers at home. Look, we as ActionSA Limpopo, we did write a letter, even though we didn't send it yet, to SAPS following new evidence that has surfaced in relation to the VBS Mutual Bank heist, to ask them to urgently probe into the allegations that Matodzi has brought against even some of the most prominent, I can say, most prominent politicians in the ranks of our country, including himself, Julius Malema, as the leader of EFF, and his deputy, Tshifhiwa. It is absolutely important to do this to ensure that the old people of Bembe and Mopani who lost their monies to this criminal syndicate finally get justice. As ActionSA in the province, we're happy to finally have received the signal from Matodzi in Ntlanhla. I'm saying the signal, why? Because of, if you can remember, there was a time Julius Malema was trending all around social media platforms, requesting Mama Winnie Mandela to give him signal to attack his counterpart, being ANC. Today, we as the people of Limpopo and the nation as a whole, we did receive the signal, a powerful signal from Matodzi that will help the Hawks and the police in general to at least push this case until whoever found guilty is accountable for his deeds entirely.
So you said that you've received a signal, but why haven't you filed the paper yet? I mean, what prompted you to ask for this urgent police probe into these allegations, and where's the letter?
The letter will be sent as I'm speaking to you tonight. We will send the letter. It's just that we're waiting for our legal people to advise us on how we must structure this letter. But I want to assure you and assure the people of South Africa that the letter will be sent tonight to Hawks and the National Police.
Okay. So how is the public and call it the political community, I mean, amongst your peers as well, how have they reacted to these allegations and your call for this investigation?
Obviously, we're not happy in Ntlanhla. You can see, you know, the mere fact that we took the decision of writing the letter to the SAPS and also the Hawks or the police department to probe in this matter, it automatically confirms to you that we as the political leaders in Limpopo province were not happy about what is happening. There's no way we can just fold our arms and claim as if nothing is happening, whereas people of Bembe and Mopani, or Limpopo rather, in particular, have lost millions and millions of rands to few individuals who claim to be ethical and who claim that they will take this country to victory. I want to tell you that in Ntlanhla, this case took 6 years. Nothing happened. You've seen yourself, I think I've seen in your show, one of your show, where the DA member also confessed that they've tried several times to get to probe or to force the police to follow up on this case. Of it, they failed. Even now, they've asked the national, the parliament to look at this matter. So it shows you that it is not fair to people of Limpopo or South Africans in general for us just to fold our arms while people are busy enriching themselves, claiming to be ambassadors of peace in South Africa.
I want to get more clarity on Tshifhiwa Matodzi's affidavit. Can you explain the significance of Mr. Matodzi's affidavit, especially in the context of the VBS scandal. Over the years, we've been hearing about how the looting of this bank has impacted the most vulnerable in Limpopo.
Look, Ntanta, if you yourself also read the affidavits of Mr. Matodzi, who's the former chairperson of VBS, it reveals information and evidence we suspected but did not have that information. So we never proved anything, but as long as someone Ntanta can write what do you call a statement under oath, that is a affidavit, it confirms that the person whatever is telling the nation is the true reflection of what happened. Obviously, this is someone that is close to the issue. It's not like us. We are getting information from the horse itself that is telling us that me, myself, as Victor Mtamela, I was doing 1, 2, 3, 4 within Atlanta on this day. So there's no way we as a political parties, we can just say the statement of this particular gentleman is not the true reflection of what happened. We must take this information serious and let us allow the police and the justice system to do their job. And we will make sure that we follow up until we as Limpopo and the people, our greenies around Bembe and Mopani region are happy of the result of this particular case.
So as we await this letter or affidavit, what impact do you believe a possible investigation could have, especially on the political landscape in Limpopo and South Africa as a whole, if you will?
It is something that we are not 100% sure that is going to favor the people of Bembe or the people who've lost their money through this scandal. I mean, you cannot resolve unless you have investigation going on. So we must start with the investigation, and even though we are aware that it might not happen that we get what we want. Obviously, this Julius Malema and these other people, they are associated. I mean, we know that Julius Malema is the friend of the Deputy Minister Kasala Matali, who took Limpopo into administration few years back. Obviously, this person might be giving this particular syndicate protection. So it is not going to be fair since ANC is involved. Most of the ANC senior leaders, the likes of Florence Razilan, who's current, she was appointed recently, 3 weeks back, to be an MEC of Social Development. And she was also implicated in this VBS scandal the time she was still a mayor. So it can show you that ANC and EFF in the province, they don't care about people of Limpopo or people of South Africa in general. So it's an answer that I could say it needs all of us as politicians and citizens of South Africa to hold hands and make sure that we push to get positive answers from the police or from the Department of Justice. And what I can tell you is we want to see senior politicians being held to account for once. And justice must prevail. Not only officials like Matodzi, who, because of he was only an official, was just a manager of VBS Bank, but is arrested and sentenced to 15 years. But politicians, they are busy now drinking champagnes and the line with the money of our greenies. So that is something of us being united and making sure that we push that this case get the justice it deserves.
Right. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Mutimera, for sharing your insights on this developing story. As you heard, ActionSA saying that that letter and affidavit will only be sent later on today.